Hi, good morning, everybody. Today is November 1st, 2021. Welcome to our class, Buddhism 430, Buddhist meditation traditions. So I hope everyone is doing great. I saw your homework assignments, receiving every day. We are doing okay. Then today, just a reminder that we will be having the midterm examination next week. Next week, in the sense, November 8th, next Monday, we will be having the midterm. In your other classes, you should be familiar with the midterm. So you will get some questions to be answered within 1 week. Within 1 week, you have to answer those questions and submit as an email attachment. As I have been always telling you, in Word format with your name mentioned there. So that will be next week, not today, okay? So usually the questions are based on whatever the things that we covered in our class from the beginning up until now. So today we are going to focus on Vipassana meditation. Last week we were talking about the Samatha, calming meditation, no concentration meditation, Samatha Bhavana. And this week we are focusing on the other type of meditation that Buddhism teaches and encourages, and that is the unique meditation technique taught by the Buddha. It is called Vipassana or Vidassana. The word prefix vi means special. Passana means looking. So the literal meaning of the word is special looking. Okay, special looking. That means that we do not have special looking in our life. We have regular looking, but this type of meditation is called special looking. Other words, it means that you see things as they are. You see things as they really are. That is called Vipassana. And the English translation that we use today is insight meditation. Insight. When you look at a thing as it is called insight. Insight arises when you look at things mindfully. So it is translated as insight meditation. So the earlier one we named as concentration meditation. This technique is called insight meditation. This is the unique technique discovered by the Buddha and presented in the Pali Tripitaka, or the three baskets, early Buddhist texts. And what is Vipassana? Now, if someone asks you the question, what is Vipassana? You should be able to answer them. I mean, literally you can give an answer. But what it is nothing else but seeing deeply into your nature. You look at yourself and internally you investigate. That is a good word. Investigate what is going on in you. For instance, usually when we talk, when you use our language, We say I, me, you, we exist, we live, we are born and we are living and things like that. That's the usual way. Actually, we are doing that. But when you look at yourself with the V means a special looking. Is there someone called I? Is there somebody called me? Is there something called mine? That is what is investigated here. If I say there is I, this is me, then I should be able to have some sort of control over me. Can I? Can you? Maybe certain extent. But when you look at yourself, you see that life is with, Buddhism says, three signata or three characteristics of life. One characteristic of our life is that life is always changing, transitory. Even though I say I exist, if you look at, especially if you look at deeply, no, I do not exist. I change every second. Every second, I change physically and mentally. So you cannot say I exist. That is why it is called transitory. Looking at the transitoriness of your life, changing status of your life, which is called anicca. Anicca means not permanent. Nothing is permanent. So in Vipassana meditation, we are looking at things, the way things are changing. And then when you look at that way, you will be able to see that there is no person called I. We usually use that term, but still there is no such a thing. What exists is ever-changing physical and psychological phenomena. Remember that word, physical, excuse me, physical and psychological phenomena exist. One ceases, giving rise to another one. In our body, even science says that human body every second changes. The cells, one cell die, giving birth to another cell. That process is a dynamic process. In this whole universe, everything is like that. Everything is dying and everything is born. This is deep understanding. That is why it is called insight meditation. When you look at things regularly, we don't see that thing. Yesterday I saw a tree and today it is there, so tree exists. But internally there was a process, dynamic process of changing many things. That nature, looking at that nature is called transitoriness of life. If you can figure it out easily, then you change your pattern of thinking. You never hold anger, hatred, and other negative emotions in your mind because you understand things are constantly changing. Every second things change. Why should I have anger? Why should I harbor hatred or other negative things? Why should I continue to hold on to things when things are changing so rapidly? And in this today, in this pandemic situation, most of the people understanding this thing. Life is so transitory. In any given moment, you are no more. So in that kind of state, it's easy to understand that how soon things can change. So looking at the transitoriness of life, not just your life, everything in the universe, looking at the transitoriness, ever-changing status of the world is called anicca. And then the second one is, characteristic of our life is, which is called dukkha. Dukkha means suffering. Suffering means dissatisfaction. When things change, what happens is, what we experience is suffering, dissatisfaction. When you change your beauty, your young looking nature, you are dissatisfied, you have suffering. When you lose certain things, when you lose your loved ones, the things that you love most, and persons that you dear so much, when you lose them, you feel suffering, right? However much you try to keep things for yourself, that thing never happens. At one point, you have to leave everything. Everything that you love and everything that you are near and dear will disappear in a moment in our life. So that is the dukkhata, or dissatisfaction nature, characteristic of dissatisfaction in our life. The third one is that if things are suffering and if things are changing, then there is no a person called I. I do not have any control over myself. That is called anatta, or no self, non-self, not self. Or some in other religions, you see that any given religion, they will teach you that there is soul, everlasting soul. When you die here, your soul, even though your body will be decayed and dead, your soul will be transmigrating. It will be gone somewhere, and you will be there, something like that. Your soul is, you cannot, nobody can destroy your soul. But in Buddhism, it says there is no such a thing called soul. Because if there is something that like that, then you should be able to have a control over it. That never happened. So in that scenario, life is transitory, and then life is suffering, and at the end, life is no self or not self. There is no something called the essence, no essence called self or I or soul. Everything is in ever-changing dynamic process. But in that world, we have, built many things like I, myself, my country, my religion, my mother, my father, and things like that. When you look at things deeply, this is deep understanding, not just superficial understanding. When you look at things deeply, you see that things are changing and everything is in a state of dynamic change. That is called insight. When you have that insight, you will no longer have suffering, because you see things as they really are. When you see things as they really are, when you lose a loved one, you know, that is the nature of life. I don't have to worry about it. You can take it easily. You do not suffer. Lamentation, all those mental agony and things like that disappear. You will be a happy person always. That is why Buddhism teaches that insight meditation is needed. It is essential to understand the reality as it is. The reality in the world, to understand it, to grasp it, to become enlightened, to be liberated from this cycle of birth and death, you need to practice the insight meditation, vipassana meditation. In samatha meditation, we saw that if you keep focused on one thing, one thought, you can concentrate your mind. You can have calmness in your mind. And when you have that calmness, it is easy for you to get access to the second level of meditation, deep insight or vipassana. When your mind is settled, when your mind is concentrated, calm, then you can see things very clearly, deeply, and that is called insight meditation. I hope you understand this thing. So to do insight meditation, there are different techniques in Buddhism. You investigate, that is a very good word that they use. You investigate things as it is. You separate things into parts. For instance, if you take, okay, I, you separate things. When you, in Buddhism, you have a body, a person can be divided into 32 body parts. All our body could be divided into 32 parts. Whatever the things that we have, we head, hair, ear, nose, tongue, and internally heart, lungs, livers, all other parts in your body, 32 parts. When you separate them, there is no somebody called I. Where is I? No, nobody. But we, combination of all those things we call I or any other name. So when you look at like that, when you are meditation, when you are practicing vipassana, when you do insight meditation, you see things as it is. My ear, my eye, my nose, my tongue, everything is there, but nothing is called I. Likewise, you dissect everything in the universe. Take a flower. It's the same process. We call flowers very beautiful flower, but flower is a combination of many conditions, right? In the same way, anything in this world is a result of or combination of many different parts. So inside meditation, you see the things in that way, and then your response to the world, your response to your emotions, your response to other people's, other people's responses towards you drastically changes when you have insight. That is the idea. That is why actually Buddhism teaches this thing. So over the past 26 centuries, Vipassana meditation has also changed the techniques. The idea is the same, but people have developed many different methods of practicing this thing. Looking at things, you'd never think that meditation is just sitting, close your eyes and thinking about. No, that is one kind of meditation. But many other times you can do these things with your day-to-day activities. So people develop certain techniques, like say, for instance, when you wake up in the morning, when you are having your coffee or tea, or even before, when you brush your teeth. When you brush your teeth, it takes, I don't know how many minutes, 1 or 2 minutes. You are brushing your teeth, but your mind is somewhere else. Oh, I might be late today. I didn't finish my homework. How am I going to get into the freeway right now? It's very busy, traffic over there. but you are brushing teeth and thinking other things. So when you are practicing mindfulness meditation or this type of meditation, what do? You really into that action. You live with your action. You brushing your teeth. You feel the taste of the whatever the toothpaste, and you see the actions that you are doing. So it's slowing down. When you drink tea or coffee, you are not drinking coffee or tea, but you are drinking some other past experience, maybe an argument that you had with your girlfriend or boyfriend, or some unhappy thing that came along that happened to you, or maybe sometimes some happy moments that you spent with your girlfriend or boyfriend. Thinking about those things, and you drink, you never taste you never get the real taste of the coffee or tea. So you have to live with that thing right there, right now. And then that is like doing meditation. In your day-to-day, I'm not teaching meditation here, but we are looking at academically what it is. So that is what you mean by vipassana meditation, seeing things as they are. So this practice is unique to Buddhism, because we were talking about the previous meditation gurus or teachers, Hindu and other meditation practitioners in India. They did not have this type of meditation. Buddhism alone came up with this special meditation technique called vipassana, and it has been the only path to find salvation. You need the samatha. You need the samatha meditation. Based on your samatha, based on your calmness, you can go to the next level, vipassana meditation. So these two things are like the wings of a bird. Samatha and vipassana are just like two, the wings of a bird. If you have only one wing, you cannot fly. You need to have two wings in order to, stay in the sky and fly. So in the same way, in Buddhist meditation, these two types of meditation are recognized as essential parts of Buddhist liberation. So, and if you talk about the history of the Vipassana meditation, right now, as it is now, I mean, for the last, I hope, like 2 centuries, after the 20th century, it became so popular. It became so popular all over the world. In Burma, some monks started Vipassana meditation tradition, and they popularized this type of meditation. And after that, there are many other teachers all over the world, even in the West, even in the United States. Now it is very, very popular. Day by day, you see new institutions, new centers of insight meditation popping up, and many teachers teaching this. So it has become a Western, Western people have innovated certain things in the Vipassana meditation tradition. That is history. So we will be looking at, I think in our schedule, we have to see the development of the Buddhist meditation tradition. So we will talk about those things later. So, but right now, in early Buddhism, there were 2 types of meditation. One is samatha, the other is vipassana. And then you should be able to compare and contrast samatha and vipassana. What is samatha? What is vipassana? What is the difference? Do we need both, or do we need just one? There's an argument. we are not going to that deep level, but on the surface, for your purpose in this class, it is better for you to understand these two things, and you would be able to compare and contrast these two methods. With that, I wind up my short presentation. Hope you will be able to do a little research online and find more detail, more information about what we were talking here today. And also you will get your homework in the email. And at the beginning, I told you that next week we will be having the midterm exam. Get ready for that thing. And that is it. Hope you have a wonderful week. Please submit your homework and let us proceed. So get ready for the midterm next week. Okay, thank you so much.